Alright, this is a quick update on this tech demo I've been working on with your art we've been working on. It's currently 7:03, May 18th. It's AM. I just wanted to show you where I was at with things. It's been a little bit of a struggle the past 3 days since I was able to pick up the bucket. That was kind of the easy part. The next easiest part was filling the bucket with water, performing the action to actually bend down, scoop up water once you had the bucket in your hand. And it was just as easy to do it for emptying the bucket because I just used the same animation. It's super lazy. We'll obviously have to work on all that. However, you can equip and unequip the bucket, and getting the bucket to remember whether or not it had water was a little bit tricky. And the other hard part was actually once you had the bucket, you could always bend down and empty it, or always bend down and fill it. And I didn't want it to be, oh, I can just go around and dump water everywhere, because it would be too hard to manage, both for the images and the physics, etc., etc., etc. So you can use the bucket at trigger points. So only when you're near water can you fill the bucket up, and only when you're near a receptacle can you empty it. And those are all designated with hit containers and gizmos and stuff. But I was just going to jump into the game here real quick and show you what I had. Flip around the camera to behind him. And those are actually the things you can see right now are his melee targets and hit points, or hit boxes. So when he's going to do damage to someone, those are the parts of him that will do damage. When any of those, I think so there's his larger capsule collider that is hidden right now, but that will receive damage, and you can make it separate for the head, but I'm not worried about that right now. So everything seems to be working good. I still just keep tweaking the water. I feel like every time I open the game it looks a little bit different. But the things I'm really happy with, if you pay attention to it, is there's just slight disturbance, refraction from the water on the lines, and I'm happy with the way the white highlights came out for just showing that there was water around everything. So I was pretty excited about that. But as far as getting around and walking on objects, it seems pretty easy. It's a good controller. So now that we have our bucket standing on land, our action button does absolutely nothing, but once we're touching the water, we can fill the bucket up. You know, if you want to put a couch, maybe a TV here, you could. And then once we get up here, I mean, this isn't super fancy. When you perform the action, it takes water out of the bucket and it raises the water level in the pool. The water level in the pool, the water's there. It's just right under the surface. So it adds a little bit of water. Then we can go get more water. I don't have any fall damage or anything that does damage like that yet. The part I was going to set up next is the actual text that tells you, oh, empty bucket. Oh, now you can fill your bucket. And we can keep doing that until that's almost full. I think it's just fun to jump off the top of the cliff, personally. The fuller that gets, the surface just kind of changes a little bit as the depth of the water changes. I'm not sure I'm going to mess with that too much, but it seems like it's okay anyway. So yeah, I can keep filling that almost up until that top blue line there. And then it just doesn't fill anymore. So there's no overflow animation, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's where we're at with the bucket and not the bucket. Remembers whether it's empty or full when you equip it. So that's nice. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Be playing. Yeah.